Hey, what's up guys? In this video we're going to talk about error boundary in React. So in React, errors in a component can cause the entire application to break. So in that case we can see some blank screen, so which will have a very bad user experience. So to avoid this, React provides a mechanism called this error boundary. So error boundary is nothing but a special component. So we can create the error boundary. So error boundary will always be a class component, so we can define that class error boundary, and this will extend component from the React. And because this is one special class which extends the component, so it will have access to the lifecycle methods that we can use to handle the error. So it has access to the methods like getDerivedStateFromError, and also we have componentDidCatch. So both of these lifecycle methods are very useful to handle the errors. Now after we have defined the error boundary, now we can wrap the child component inside this error boundary. Now this error boundary will catch any JavaScript error anywhere in its child component tree, and it will log those errors, and also it can display some fallback UI instead of crashing the entire application. So let's now see some example. So here we have this data component. So the data component is simulating one network call to fetch the data. Now here it checks if there is error, then it will throw the error, otherwise it will return this data component. So normally if you see our application is working properly, we have this output data component. But in case if there is any error in data component, so if we make the has error true, now the data component is throwing this error. So in the case of there is some error in our application, so in that case if you see we have the error and the entire application just crashed, and you can see we have this white screen. So this is of course not a good user experience. Now we're gonna fix that with the help of error boundary. So let's now define class error boundary, and this will extend component of the React, and this will have the state has error. So initially this will be false, and most importantly it has access to the lifecycle methods getDerivedStateFromError and the componentDidCatch. So this takes error as a parameter, and this is called when an error is thrown. And here we can update the state of our component. So here when there is error, we are going to return and modify the state. So we're gonna make the has error true. And also this component did catch, so this lifecycle method is also important. So when there is error, so this will use to log the error, and it will provide a stack trace of that error. So here we can just console log the error info, and then we're gonna have the render method. So if there is some error, so this dot state dot has error, in that case we're gonna render some fallback UI. So we can return one h1, and we can say that something went wrong. Otherwise, in case there is no error, so in that case this function basically will not do anything. So this will just going to return this dot props dot children. So this will return the children of that component, and at the end we have to export that. Now inside the app component we have to import the error boundary, and then because this data component can throw the error, so we have to wrap the data component inside this error boundary. Now if there is no error, so if there is no error, in that case this error boundary will not do anything. This will simply return the children component. So you can see we have the same output, but in case if we have the error, so in that case, so it will return this fallback UI something went wrong. So you can see we have this output something went wrong, and the rest of the application is working properly. Our app did not crash, and because we have wrapped the component inside this error boundary. So this way we can use the error boundary, and we can keep the error handling clean, and also we can have a great user experience. So that's it for the video. See you in the next one. Take care.